and welcome back to the Mindset Map podcast. I have taken a little hiatus from this podcast last year. I'd like to say that I didn't have the time, but actually, I just didn't have the headspace. I think that's what it was. I didn't have the ideas that I wanted in order to create the episodes that I wanted. And so I kind of just let it take a little break. But in 2026, I want to bring this podcast back with a vengeance. So I am here today with a brand new episode. And today I want to talk about all things social media and talking specifically about why we don't post enough on our socials. So this is for all of you who run your own business, you work freelance, or you have a brand, a personal brand, a business brand, and you know you need to post on socials. Now, when we think about posting on our social media, most of us, probably all of us, will say, oh, I don't post enough. I don't post enough on social. And I want to talk today about the real reasons that we don't post enough, because when we can get clear on what those actual real true reasons are, then we can address it, and then we can get to the bottom of that and actually start to address that and change that and see what it is that we want to do going forward and how we want to work to make our social channels work for us. So, when we talk about this with others, we all have our own various different excuses as to why we don't show up as much on socials as we think we should. We will tell ourselves or tell others that we don't have time. We don't have time to post on our socials, or we don't know what we're doing, or we're not very good at it, or we put stuff out there, we save a load of things in our drafts, but we don't actually get around to posting them. All these different reasons and excuses as to why we are not out there more on our socials. However, these are usually just the sort of surface reason. And it's really helpful, I think, to look at like what's going on underneath and find out what's the real reason. What's the kind of key issue that's going on for you as to why we're not posting more on these channels. So in my experience with my own work and those of my clients, there tends to fall into kind of two areas as to why we are not posting as much on socials. Now, one area is that actually deep down, we are not valuing social media as an important arm of our business or important marketing channel or as an important area. Now, often this is because we are posting on our socials because we've been told to post on our socials, rather than thinking, what is it that I want to say? How do I want to say it? And how do I want to get it out there? And this is the problem. If we are just doing something because we think we're told we should, then often we haven't got the passion behind it. We haven't got the drive behind it to keep at it. So when we do get busy, or we start to sort of struggle with ideas or whatever, this is the thing that goes, because we don't value it, because we haven't thought about why we want to post, what we want to post, and how we're going to post. And so that is a real key question to ask yourself, is do you actually value? Do you think, oh, I know if I was to do X, Y, and Z on my socials, then it will do this, or this for me, for my business, whatever that is to you. You need to ask yourself those questions, because then that starts to build your actual strategy as to why you're posting and what you then post. I mean, it really helps to kind of guide things you're putting out there, rather than just that sort of scattergun approach of just chucking stuff at the walls. So that is a really, really good question to ask yourself. Do you value it? And if you do, what's your reason? Why do you think it's important? Is it important because you just want to keep a presence out there? Is it important because that's how you can get sales, but you're just not tapping into it? Is it important for you because you want to build a community? Think about really what is the thing that's really important to you, and then that will help you to really inform your kind of strategy going forward. So that is the first question to ask yourself. And then the other main reason that I see people not posting on socials is because we're scared. Simple as that. We have a fear. And there are lots of different things that we could be scared about. And it's really important to ask yourself these questions and find out, what is the thing for you? What is the thing that you're actually scared of? Some people are scared of getting it wrong. Some people are scared of judgment from others. They're scared of putting themselves out there and getting negative feedback. And other times it can be something a bit more subtle. Now, for myself, when I'm not posting as much on socials, it's because I'm actually scared of being too busy. Because subconsciously, I know that the more I put out there, the more people I'm going to attract into my world. And that could lead to more clients. And sometimes when I'm feeling like I'm kind of at capacity, then I'm scared to post on my socials actually, because of attracting more people in that I might not be able to cope with at that time. That is a real key indicator to figure out what it is that you're scared of that's stopping you from putting yourself out there, from stopping you from pressing post and putting those things onto your social channels. What's the thing that you're scared of? Because then we can get down to that and go, okay, well, if it's this, how can we work on that? How can we address that issue, that thing that you're scared of, and help you to work through that? And there's lots of different ways that you can do that. And I haven't got time to go through that all in this podcast episode, but the first step is really just becoming aware of what is the thing that you're scared of. And then that in turn will help you to address that and learn to find ways to work through that. So that's really what I wanted to share with you today. I just thought it's really important for us to just get real with ourselves rather than just saying the age-old cliches of, oh, I'm just too busy for socials. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing on socials. Like, what is the thing? What is it really? Do you not value it? Or are you scared of something? And really ask yourself and get clear on what those things are, because then you can start to work through that. And then you'll know what support you need. Do you need to just give yourself a bit of a kick up the bum and get going? Do you need to do some training so that you can improve your skills, so you can feel more confident? Do you need some mindset coaching to work through some of those fears that are blocking you? Do you actually need to outsource, to bring someone in because it's not an area, it's an area you need to focus on, but it's not an area you have time to develop your skills in right now? There's all sorts of reasons, but until you get clear on what your reasons are, you don't know then where to go next and what your first step should be. So that is why I wanted to share with you today in this episode, all about why we don't post on social media enough and what we can do about it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and do feel free to share this with others on social media as well.